Welcome to Life Mastery for Women, where I help you decode the struggles in your life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality with mind mastery, emotional management, and meditation. Welcome to today's podcast. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I'm finding you connected to self. If you're not connected, if you don't feel connected to yourself, then it is my intention to give you one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So we're doing our Sister Circle call today, and I don't know if you know this, I have labeled myself an intuitive healer. And in that word intuitive, that just means that really for me, what it means is that I get to connect, but also trust in source energy. So when I do a energy healing for somebody, I connect to their energy intuitively. So I get messages, guidance, support, whatever it is they need to hear. Sometimes messages, sometimes I can, hear some of the things that they're struggling with. And then after the coaching, just so you know, I disconnect, right? But anyway, the point for telling you that is sometimes I don't have a topic that I'm going to do a sister call. And I don't always have a topic. Sometimes I have kind of a general idea, but I don't always have all the context in place and ready to go. So what I do is I tap in intuitively and I say, just let me be guided intuitively to give the callers what they need. And then I trust. And it really is, it's such a peaceful state of mind. And I just love being there. I just love getting into that space. I love that my intuition is getting stronger and clearer, and it just allows this power to run through. But I'll tell you what, the biggest part is that's fun, connecting and being able to give people guidance and stuff. That is way fun for me. It's this really cool place to be. But the better part is it gives me this sense of peace, because if I were to do these calls, let's say a couple years ago, and was going to have a call and it's coming up in a couple hours, I'd be frantically running around the house trying to figure out what topic, and then I'd be making this giant outline and pulling in all of these tools that I have to create the best class that I could create. And sometimes it would fall flat, sometimes it would be amazing, sometimes it would be stupid, sometimes it would be powerful, whatever. But what it is now is as I'm connecting and I just kind of clear this energy and I can connect, like I can feel it. I can feel when I'm connected. And it kind of feels, to me, it kind of feels like this power surge. So take it as like when you see something or hear something or you're filled with joy and all of a sudden you get kind of that stomach drop. It's not quite the same sensation, but it's that same kind of emotion, that energy like that. That's like this power surge. It's very exciting. Anyway, but it allows me to trust and relax. And nobody who knows me would ever say that I am a relaxed person. Nobody would say that. When I'm coaching, I'm connected and I'm trusting. And so people might say that I'm confidently peaceful. Like I've heard that before, where people are like, you're really confident, but you really like hold space, if they knew that term. Like you really, this is a really safe space for me to be in. And that's part of my confidence, but it's part of my connection as well. But anyway, so what I want to do today is I want to give you my top 3 powerful ways to connect to yourself. Now, this is not so much connecting physically, though those things would be more physical activity that you enjoy. If you don't like going to the gym, that's not one of them. But if you like kayaking or hiking or biking or rollerblading or skiing or something like that, that's a physical that you absolutely love. That's a connection to physical. But I'm more talking to your spiritual side of things. This is going to help open up your intuition so you can get connected and you can feel the sense of trust and like being in the flow of things. It's an amazing place to be, and it's very exciting. So here's my top 3. And I'm sure that there's more, but these are the ones that really help me to get grounded, get connected, and to feel that sense of connection to my I want to say like my higher self. It's not so much connecting to my guides or spirit or source energy, but it really is the connection to me at the spiritual level. So the very first one is meditation. That is just spending a few minutes. It literally could be 2 minutes just focusing inward. I did a couple of podcasts about introspection, and it's just about bringing your awareness of your energy inward, like feeling the energy inside, like laying on your back with your knees bent, everything's relaxed, your spine is aligning, you're aligning the chakras, and your energy just begins to flow. It is one of the most peaceful positions for me to be in. Now, I will lay like in the middle of my backyard, like I was just doing it before I started recording, laying in the middle of my backyard with my back flat, my arms up over my head, like really elongating my spine. And I literally could fall asleep that way. It is so amazing. Sometimes my legs are flat. Sometimes my legs are bent. And so it just depends on how my back is feeling, depends on how my body is feeling. But either way, it's just amazing. It aligns my spine. And then pretty soon, within just a few seconds, I can feel my heartbeat. And I can like hear my heart beating in my body. And that's when I know that I'm thoroughly connected. So I would invite you to give that a try, is find this space of meditation. I would also encourage you not to do a guided meditation, because to me, that is like information and it kind of keeps the mind activated. That I want you to really go inward and just focus on your awareness on how your body feels on the inside. And just bring your body to center, bring your energy in. I talk about this more in my coaching program, but like our energy goes outward and then we tend to not feel so great. Like our energy is not aligned and it's out. Like we're worried about our kids, so my energy is out there, or I'm worried about my job, my energy is out there. We need to bring it in and feel that sense of grounding and that sense of belonging on the planet. And in order to do that, we need to be able to go inward and control our energy. So anyway, meditation, that is my, is getting quiet, focus on your breathing, set a timer for 2 minutes to start, and just watch how things begin to shift and change for you and how much more grounded you feel. So that's one. The next one is self-care. Now, if you've been listening to me for a while, you've heard me use the analogy that I absolutely love about using like your self-care bucket. There's lots of really cool images out there that show like this bucket, and you fill your bucket so then you can share your energy with the world. Share your alignment, your peace, your love, your kindness, your skills, your talents with the rest of the world. But we have those things that put holes in our bucket. So poor diet, alcohol, drugs, no sleeping, things that drive us crazy, the things that trigger us, our negative emotions, all of those things kind of force our bucket to leak, which is why self-care is so important. If I didn't have anything that made holes in my bucket, well, then I'd have to do self-care once. Well, self-care is an ongoing thing. And that is also a topic we do in our sister circle, ongoing, because it is so important that women understand that it's okay to put yourself first on the list, not in a selfish way, but in a selfless way. Then I fill my bucket, now I have more to offer to others. So I'm going to encourage you to come up with a list of things that put you into that position of self-care, like things that you just want to do that are ways for you to take care of your physical being, your emotional being, and your mental health. So maybe just reading a book that you really enjoy, maybe learning something new or tapping into a skill. Maybe it literally is going to the spa and getting a massage and just allowing the physical body to completely relax. Maybe it's taking a new yoga class. Now, none of these ideas have to be anything these are just ideas. So, but taking care of the physical body. And then physical, emotional, and mental, and putting a couple of things in each of those categories, and then finding some time, even if it's just a few minutes, and spending some time in those categories doing those things. And the last one definitely goes along with self-care, but it is all about joy. The connection that we get with ourselves when we are experiencing joy is so deep and so rich that it is something that should be focused on often. Is what can I do in this moment to get me as close to joy as I can? Now, I don't know if you know me very well, but I absolutely love Harry Potter and I love Legos. That sometimes I take a break from my computer and I will play with my Lego stuff. It sounds ridiculous. I'm almost 50 years old, but I am just a kid at heart. I love to play. I love to engage in that childlike activity like that, and it's just fun for me, and it brings me this childlike joy. And so it's something that absolutely fills my bucket, and it makes me feel playful. And playful for me is a very joyous emotion. So what is a joyous emotion for you? You know, is it curiosity? Is it adventure? Is it fun? Is it learning? What is it for you? And then I'm going to encourage you also to think of a few things that will bring this to the surface for you. I'm only going to do this activity simply because it brings me joy. Now, if you need help with this, if this is something that you want to go deeper on, I encourage you to come to our Facebook group, Lady Rising. Go to the search engine in Facebook, type in Lady Rising, come in through the membership questions, say you're coming in through the podcast, and then join our Sister Circle call. They're $15 a call. You will get more than $15 worth out of the call, I promise you. The community of women that are in there supporting each other is absolutely 100% amazing. My coach is like, why in the world are you only charging $15 for these calls? Well, because I don't want there to be a financial barrier for women connecting. I think it's terrible. You know, as me as an entrepreneur, I'm always learning, always teaching, always growing. And I remember really wanting to take part in these coaching programs. And I'm like, you know, I'm just this girl who doesn't have a lot of money, and I've got this part-time job, and I really have this determination, but I can't afford a $25,000 program. And so these coaching calls, they're not coaching calls, but these sister circles, these community calls are always going to be easily affordable. Easily affordable. So $15. They might go up here and there, but it's not going to be so exponential that you wouldn't be able to afford it. I promise you. Because I remember how completely frustrating that was on the other end to be a receiver and going, really? It's a $250 call. I can't do that, right? But how much benefit I would have gotten out of joining a sister call back then when I needed it most. Okay? I don't want you to be in that same boat. I don't want there to be any financial barriers for you either. So I've given you your homework. I'm excited to hopefully to see you on a sister call one day. Please tell me. You come in on a call, you'd be like, hey, Jen, I just want to tell you one thing. I came in through your podcast. Like I hear you talk about your sister calls all the time, and I'm really excited to be here with you, to meet you, to see you, and to be a part of what you're offering. So I hope that I hear you one day on my sister call. Tell me you came in through the podcast. I look forward to seeing you, and go forward and get connected. If you liked this episode and you look forward to future episodes and are really looking for a community to help support you with implementing the tools that we're talking about in this podcast, please consider joining our online sister community called Lady Rising on Facebook, where we focus on that spiritual support and connection, just like in today's episode. I hope you'll join us. Go to Facebook, type in Lady Rising, and tell me you came in through the podcast.